When I was 5 or 6 years old, my parents decided that they wanted to adopt. They didn't care what gender, ethnicity, or disability the child had. They just wanted a baby. We chose to go through open adoption, like Caitlin off of the first season of 16 and Pregnant. For those of you who do not understand what that means, in an open adoption, the birth parents can come and see their child on birthdays and such, or just stay in touch. My parents didn't want my soon-to-be sibling to have to go through the searching period that some kids that go through adoption do. In the spring of my second grade year, my parents got to bring home the cutest little boy I have seen in my whole life. Paul was so very little because his birth mom drank and smoked and did all that stupid stuff while she was pregnant. The hardest part about open adoption is that the birth parents have 6 months to change their mind if they want to, and his mother did. In 2 days, I had fallen in love with our little bundle of joy, and it seemed that everyone else had too. Then he was taken from us, just like that, gone, forever. I cried for days, weeks. I questioned God. Why would he do this to me, to my parents, to my family, and especially to that little boy? Why would you send him home to possibly the worst mother of all time? I could only think, only God knows where he is, when his birth mother decided to name him, or if he was even alive. And these thoughts especially made me angry with God. Then, a while later, I got to stay at my grandparents' for almost a week. And of course, I thought nothing about it except how awesome it was to stay at Grandma's on more than one school night in a row. And then one evening, while I was sitting on the living room couch watching cartoons, still wearing my school jumper, doing some crafts, in walks Mom and Dad with a basket full of what looked like blankets. I was too focused on wanting to stay to notice the little chocolate-colored baby sleeping in the baby carrier. Then, when I took another look, I became the happiest 8-year-old on the whole planet. I was meeting Angel Elizabeth for the first time. And having a sister changes everything. Not only do I always have a friend nearby, but I also have someone I can fight with, and I know will forgive me in 10 minutes. She makes me laugh all the time, and no matter how much she annoys me, I love her and will always love her. I know how hard it was on my family, but that moment at a family get-together when we were all back to normal and happy, like how we were before Paul, I realized that he was just a part of God's plan for us. Paul was taken from us so God could give my family Libby. It was hard, but it was worth it to have the best little sister. She brought God back to me. Adoption has changed every part of my life, from having to share all the time, to being the on-hand babysitter, to how I feel about God. Without Libby, I would be lost in the world. So I thank God every day for bringing her to me.